Echoes beneath the waves, the Lost City of Atlantis, a story told by the last keeper of secrets. They call me Elian, the last of the archivists of Thalassia. I am older than your cities, older even than the story I am about to tell, yet it is not mine alone. It is the story of a city once radiant, now lost to time and tide. It is the story of Atlantis. Long before your calendars and before the pyramids rose from the desert sands, there was a vast empire nestled on a ringed island beyond the pillars of Heracles, what you now call the Strait of Gibraltar. A utopia of wisdom, abundance, and divine power, Atlantis. Poseidon himself is said to have shaped the city, striking the earth with his trident and creating concentric rings of land and sea. In its heart stood a temple of shimmering orichalcum, where the Atlanteans worshipped and governed in harmony. Their technology harnessed the Earth's energy crystal towers, hummed with unknown power, and aqueducts flowed with waters infused with healing minerals. Scholars recorded that Atlantis had airships, submersible vessels, and lights that needed no fire. Their society blended science and spirit, reason and reverence. But even paradise is not free from pride. The Atlanteans grew vain. Their kings, descendants of Poseidon, forgot the humility of their divine heritage. They sought to conquer not just nearby lands, but the very forces of nature. The high priests warned of imbalance. The crystal cores beneath the temple, which drew energy from the earth's ley lines, were becoming unstable. But the kings refused to listen. Then, on a day marked by a trembling moon and red tide, it happened. The seas roared, the earth opened, the skies screamed. In a single night, as Plato would later write, Atlantis sank into the sea, but it did not merely sink. It vanished beneath waves that seemed sentient, as if the earth itself wanted to erase what man had corrupted. Only fragments remained, myths, symbols, and a pulse beneath the ocean that some still feel in dreams. Atlantis was forgotten, dismissed as allegory, but time leaves fingerprints even on vanished stone. In 2023, satellite images of the Sahara Desert revealed an eerily familiar formation, a circular geological structure called the Richat Structure, or the Eye of the Sahara, concentric rings of stone matching Plato's description. Salt deposits suggesting it was once underwater. Could the cataclysm that buried Atlantis have shifted it inland, not beneath the sea? Others turned to the Azores in the mid-Atlantic. In 2021, sonar scans picked up grid-like patterns on the seabed near the islands, structures too precise for nature alone. Marine archaeologists retrieved core samples from the seafloor showing layers of burned debris, suggesting an ancient city once met a fiery end. Meanwhile, geneticists discovered in 2024 that certain indigenous peoples of the Canary Islands carried markers that seemed to split from known Mediterranean lineages over 12,000 years ago, coinciding with the theorized fall of Atlantis. Even the rising seas of today whisper secrets. Off the coast of southern Spain, in Donana National Park, radar images show submerged rectangular foundations. Aerial drones have spotted symmetrical ruins where no modern settlements should be. Some say this may have been a satellite colony of the Atlantean Empire. Atlantis was not merely a place. It was an idea, a union of humanity and the divine, now corrupted and lost. But Atlantis still lives in memory and mystery. Perhaps it was not just a city, but a cycle, a warning. When human ambition grows unchecked, nature reclaims what was stolen. In our age of rising oceans, burning forests, and forgotten wisdom, Atlantis is no longer myth. It is prophecy. We stand where they once stood, at the edge of enlightenment or oblivion. The last crystal of the Atlantean archive, entrusted to me, still glows faintly. It reacts not to touch, but to truth. When humanity is ready to remember, Atlantis will return not in stone or steel, but in spirit. Epilogue. The next clue is yours. They say the Bimini Road, the Pyramid of Yonaguni, The undersea anomalies off Cuba all speak of a lost civilization. The ocean is a graveyard, but also a library. You who read this are no longer just a listener, you are the next seeker. And the tides are shifting. The story is not a happy ending one. Please subscribe for the next story.